one thing about wrestling is that first thing, it is a contact sport. How many of you have played table tennis? When you are playing it, do you need to touch your opponent? That is not a contact sport. Paul gave us context in this teaching. You have to consider the environmental influence in his choice of words, because you will notice that he is speaking to the Ephesians. There is a woman called Diana. Where is she based? This is where he fought well. And that is why, you see, he didn't tell us all the story of the beast he fought. He just gave us the lessons he learned along the way. Paul said, for we wrestle. It means that spiritual warfare is a contact engagement. You will make contact. And because you will make contact, there are many things involved in it. There is a good side, there is the bad side. If you fight pigs, more often than not, you need to be taking bath. Because if you don't, after a while of fighting pigs, you will notice that you start looking like them. Meanwhile, you set out to fight pigs. I'm teaching you something very important. For example, if you are called to the healing ministry, and if you are really called, many times you don't see it as just healing. You see it as literal warfare. That's the mindset that you must have. There is a way you fight with sickness. Fight that for some time. You will notice that many people that were part of the healing revivals that time, many of them died of sicknesses. Because if you fight with pigs, somehow you get dirty. That is why you should have the understanding of only once in a while to take a bath. If you don't take a bath, after some time you can become what you fought. You know why? It is a contact sport. How many of you have killed chicken before? I want rice. Don't you like jollof rice and chicken? But you don't want to kill chicken. You can't kill chicken without blood touching your hand. Is that not true? It's a contact sport. There are some basic things that you should carry in your consciousness. Because sometimes when you combat makes contentions in spiritual warfare, if you are not careful, a portion or a part of you will receive, it's like you are painted a little from what you are contending with. The blood is the blood of the chicken you killed, but it has touched you. So you need a form of cleansing and washing. Not from sins, but from the things that impacted you from engaging. You won. Let me give you an example. If you come to a meeting and you deliver people from masturbation, deliver people from immorality, masturbation, are dealing with such issues, after some time, you yourself go for a bath. If not, if you are not careful, loss will enter your soul from counseling 25 people and delivering them. What you didn't know is that as it's a warfare, as you are doing that, the things you are combating with will start affecting you a little. After a while, are you hearing me? One of the wisdom around it is that if you do, you come here, take a bath to calibrate yourself and know whether you are still in order. So I can measure my alignment. I can check. In my wars and journeys, did something shift? Knock it back. These are basic things. Is it not true? Let's assume now that God sent me to the body of Christ to correct all the, sometimes God can send you, say, battle, say, contention to destroy all the falsehood and everything that is in the body. Your barometer will now be love. Because after some time, if there is no tank of love, you will find out that you can become one with what you are fighting. What you are doing will now be worse than what you are trying to deal with. And Satan can even empower you more on that. And then you do more damage. So what you do in that context is that you take a bath. You take a bath in the ocean of love and compassion. Sometimes, if you pray that prayer for God to do it, He can allow something not so good to happen to you. There is a way you'll be hard on people, without on the other way being compassionate. It's a very strong balance that you need to have. I make it a prayer. Like for 3 months, I was praying this prayer. The bank of compassion and love. Since I found out that I have been called to lead people on a path that is not really acceptable, it's a hard and principled path. So I need to have a tank full of compassion and love. If you are not careful, you can rule men with the rod of the flesh. And sometimes when you pray that prayer or for God to help you, wants to show you mercy, He will allow you to make mistake, you too as a human being. But don't stay in that mistake. God is trying to show you. You know, there are things that will happen to you. You say, even me? How? I am unfallible. No, you are not. You can fall. That's one of the consciousness you need to retain in spiritual world. Yes. I've gone to contentions. Almost I go that I will come and say, pray for me now. But if you have not learned the fact that we wrestle, you will not be able to depend on even people less than you to pray you out of trouble. Because everybody has no, this is apostle, he's here. All battles are gone. Okay, Jesus himself called 3 men to the mountain and said, pray with me. I am in dire need now. I am in my most sorrowful moment. Pray for me. He was begging with tears. Jesus was not ashamed of the fact that his disciples are seeing him crying with tears. I have cried like that. I'm not saying crying in adoration to God. I have cried in battles. I've cried in contentions. I've had situations that I wailed for hours. My tears filled the ground, and I didn't care that people were there. If I can get help from you, I don't mind. Don't be forming that you are strong when your neighbor can help you.